Hi, Ashburns. We are back here to enjoy a nice Padron Anniversary Series Churchill. Natural sun-grown wrapper. Yeah, we're going to toast this bad boy up and get to smoking. On this episode of My Ashburns.
My Ashburns. I love that name of our channel. I love it. My Ashburns. It's just a great name. Tom came up with it. He threw out all kinds of other names, but I threw some names out. And when he came up with My Ashburns, I was instantly like, oh yeah, that's the one. That is definitely the one. I want to add one thing to when you're first lighting a cigar and after you cut off that cap. What I like to do is I like to put it in my mouth, take a couple pulls on it. I just want to make sure that you are getting air coming through and stuff, so you know that you're going to get a right kind of pull.
That's a good point.
So, I normally do that after everyone. I know Tom does too, but it's something that people will just forget to say because it's a natural thing that you do. So, I just wanted to bring it up to any of the new people that don't smoke cigars that might want to learn something different. So. When you're lighting up a cigar, what I do is I even turn my cigar as I'm lighting it, and then when I take that pull right before I'm done, I take the smoke and I blow it into the ash on the bottom. So this way it lights it all up on the bottom of it, so I can see if it's lighting all the way around. So I know I'm gonna get a nice even burn. So that's one of the things that I do. Also when smoking a cigar and when just starting to light it up. I know in the first video I said Patrons are one of my favorites, and by absolutely they are. I don't remember having too many. I don't remember one bad Patron I ever had. I don't remember any of them. These probably burn the best of any cigars that I've ever smoked, and this one's even a little bit drier. But I mean, I can tell looking at the burn right now where I'm at. It looks like it's going to burn even all the way down, and that's one of the things you look for in a cigar. You know they're really made well when that happens.
Yeah.
Tom and I have so many goddamn things that we could talk about. So we were just sitting here 5 minutes ago and we're looking at each other like, all right, what do you want to add with this Padron? What do you want to talk about? And we both were like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
So with this video, we plan on talking about parenting, kids, family, and our thoughts and stuff like that on them. Not saying we don't love our family and friends and or our kids. Obviously we do. Just some of the stuff that we've gone through the years and had to endure and funny moments, stupid moments.
I don't think I want to talk about it at all.
When I forget what year it was. I got custody of both of my kids, and we moved into this apartment, and we had absolutely nothing. We had no, I had no money. Literally, I had eggs and cheese in the refrigerator, and I had a skillet, and I had a spatula, and that was all we really had, in paper plates. I mean, we had lawn chairs in the living room. we had nothing. So one of the memories, and my kids will attest to this too, and they will say it. I made up some scrambled eggs, and I made up some, put some cheese on it, and we didn't have nothing. We had no silverware to eat with, so we had these plate of eggs and stuff. And I used to go to these auctions. And I used to get all these boxes of shit that came in these boxes. Like, you bid $1 and they're like, okay, it's yours, take it. Well, they had, you know what swizzle sticks are?
Yeah.
They're stirrers for drinks, for mixed drinks. Well, we ate those eggs, the cheese eggs, with these swizzle sticks.
Holy
like,
shit.
so it's a memory that, you know, you have with your kids that it's not about what you buy, the big expensive shit, but that was probably, in my opinion, the most memorable the most memorable time I had with my kids when we first got together and we moved together and we lived together in the same place and had absolutely nothing and started with nothing. It's fucking crazy, dude. So that's a little memory for me and from my kids.
It's rough though, in I guess this day and age we live in, because everything's so technology based that, you know, the kids are like, you know, I want that new phone, I want all the shit that comes with it, and I need that new gaming system because, you know what, it's got like a chip that's better than the last one, and soon I'm gonna just live in a game like Ready Player One. If anyone's ever seen that movie or read the book,
I did.
I think that's the direction our world is going in. So I mean, I don't know. For me, like, I want to try to get my kids what they want, but at the same time, like, having them understand the value in it.
What's really weird though is how our generation. Me, I was an Atari guy, so that's when the video games first started coming out. It was more Atari. And then it went into like Sega Genesis and Nintendo and all that stuff, and it started getting better. But back in the day when I was growing up, and I know you all think this, I was going outside and I was playing every day. I mean, I was sitting there by the clock on a Saturday morning and looking at it going, okay, come on, 9 o'clock, because my mom always said I couldn't leave the house until 9 o'clock because she wanted to make sure that people were at least awake, you know. But all my friends were probably doing the same thing because we always met on the block and be like, hey, all right, let's go play wiffle ball. But nowadays, no one wants to leave the house. They want to stay in the house and they want to play their video games, and which I get it. That's their contact. But we didn't have that live Xbox Live and all that to talk with our friends. We just had the games, and that's all we had. If we were lucky to have them.
Your friends came over, or you went over and you played, you know, two-player.
But it was so important to get out. You know what I mean? Growing up, I can't say that I had a bad childhood. We didn't have anything. I mean, I remember when living in Minnesota when I was born up there, and I remember my mom having to get the big-ass thing of peanut butter, the big-ass block of Velveeta cheese from the government because we had nothing.
Yep.
So we grew up off of that kind of shit, and it was getting outside to play or do something with friends. That's what it was all about. You know, obviously it's a totally different generation. They can play with their friends online and interact that way, but which I totally understand. Yeah. But at a time, man, you got to get the hell out of the house, man.
FaceTime.
You got to get the hell out of the house.
And I tell my kid, you know, I'm bored. There's nothing to do. Go outside.
Man,
play
do
with
something.
Go play with roadkill. Something. Like, make little puppets out of dead animals. I don't even care. Just go do something outside.
Put a balloon on it. Get well soon.
Right. See if 2 balloons will make it float. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, that's the thing I think that gets me, man. It's like every 5 minutes, like, I'm bored. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. I remember when I used to say, I'm bored, my mom would always be like, your room needs to be cleaned.
Yep.
And I'd be like, I gotta go outside and do something.
You become unbored real quick when you have to do something you don't want to do.
Yes.
You know?
Yep. But that's, I mean, growing up, I can't say that. I mean, I did a lot of swimming. I was always at the pool in New Jersey, where when we moved from Minnesota to Jersey, I was always at the pool. There's this little place, a little hot dog place that had video games and a pool table in it, called Charlie's Pool Room in Alpha, New Jersey. Man, I love that place. I mean, I grew up in that place. So, you know, I had a great childhood, and I loved being outside, and I loved playing wiffle ball and going to the pool, and hell, even going over to the quarry where you weren't allowed, where I got busted a couple times, and I had to go to a police station, and my mom come down and pick me up, but whatever, that's another story. But anyways, just the difference in the generations between my and your generations in comparison to how it is today. It's the kids don't need to go outside anymore, and that's a shame, in my opinion. Being face to face with people and having fun and having your friends that way, and saying that, oh my God, when I was in high school, you know, when such got their car, we would go and we would cruise the strip in Easton and whatever it was, you know what I mean? To have those types of experience and living it with the kid, not online where you're doing GTA and you're playing with your buddies and oh my God, I picked up a hooker. Okay, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
I feel like the kids are losing what we grew up with, but they don't know no better. You know what I mean? They don't know any better to say, well, how do you know I'm not living that? I'm just living it differently than you. And it's true, they are. And as parents, we're partially to blame too for not saying, okay, you're only getting an hour on the video game instead of the 6 that you normally get, and go outside and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're partially to blame too.
I agree.
It's tough. It's a tough situation, but it is what it is.
Anyway.
Family, kids, parenting is hard. It's difficult. Yeah. Good times though. A lot of different stories we could talk about with all that crap, but you know, let's move back on the cigars. That like our topic that we like to talk about.
Yeah, I'm already halfway done with this though.
I'm not quite half. You're beating me.
A little bit.
I think you're talking more than I am. That's good.
Yeah, I don't normally talk.
What
Very
else?
reactive.
So we've done a couple Christophs. We've done what was I smoking last week?
That Undercrown Maduro.
Yeah, the Undercrown Maduro, and there's one other one I can't remember. And now we're on the Padrones.
Oh, you smoked the Leaf by Oscar. The Undercrown.
Yeah.
Or no, you smoked that Oscar, that anniversary one.
Yeah, the anniversary Oscar, 2012 or something like that. So the beauty about our episodes is we're going to be talking about every different smoke that we're smoking. So we want to base it more around that than base it more around other stories, because we digress a lot. I mean, we're trying to think about what we want to talk about in these episodes, and it never seems to work. Really.
It's rough. It's rough. Give us
Trying to
some
stay
stuff
on
to
point.
talk about.
Trying to stay on point is difficult for us, but
That's it.
yeah, I think that makes us different than everybody else. Everybody's so fucking structured. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
be fucking structured that much. I
Oh,
mean, we
right.
want to be a little bit so we can less editing. That would be fucking beautiful. And thank you for the people. Tom was telling me that you reached out to him to help produce these things and also edit these things. Man, that's awful nice of you guys. We appreciate that. And by all means, we might actually take you up sometimes on that. So as of right now, we're kind of just winging it and we're seeing what happened. I mean, we had over 400 views on our very first one, which is like,
awesome.
Oh my God, guys, thank you very much.
40 plus people subscribed.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Likes were in the, I think 40 or something like that. So,
like that, yeah.
I mean, keep supporting us and we'll keep throwing out videos and we'll try to make them as entertaining as possible.